Hey guys, the last video we talked about fiscal policy and which would be the tools that the government has to speed up or slow down the economy. And there were taxes and government spending or both. And so a couple days ago, the legislative branch passed the $2 trillion coronavirus stimulus bill. And I kind of wanted to explain it to you. This is an example of expansionary fiscal policy, okay? And so some of the stuff that was included in the bill, there's going to be help for people to have business loans. There's not going to be Trump businesses are not going to be allowed to have any of the money. No money will go towards the border wall. People with student loan debt will have their payments deferred until September 30th, and people can't be evicted from their homes. But I'm going to talk about the checks that people are going to be receiving. So basically, 90% of Americans will receive a check. When will they receive them? It's looking like April or May. Probably May is more realistic. And they're going to send you the check based on your 2019 or your 2018 tax return. Okay, so there's two groups of people that are going to receive the rebate checks. If you're an individual making $75,000 or less, you will receive $1,200. A married couple making $150,000 or less will receive $2,400. You will receive $500 per kid under the age of 17. The second group of people will be the individuals that make between $75,000 and $99,000 a year. They will just get a prorated rate. And if you make more than $99,000 as an individual, you will not be receiving a rebate check. So the purpose of expansionary fiscal policy is to grow the economy. So how much will the $2 trillion grow our economy by? Well, to understand that, you need to understand something called the money multiplier. The money multiplier determines how much our economy will grow. So if Sally gets $1,200 from the government in April or May, it depends on what Sally does with her money. If she keeps that $1,200 and just puts it in her banking account, checking account, or savings account and doesn't spend any of it, then obviously our economy is not going to grow as much as the government wants it to. So they want Sally to spend as much as she can. Okay, and so that basically goes to the concepts of marginal propensity to consume and marginal propensity to save. What percentage does Sally consume of that $1,200, and what percentage does she save? So MPC plus MPS is 100%. So if Sally consumes 60%, then that means she's saving 40%. So I want to give you a couple of examples on the importance of the percentage of MPC. So my examples are going to be Purell the farmer and Charmin the builder. We're going to just keep it simple and show how these companies are buying and selling to each other. Okay, so we're going to say that Purell gets a $1,000 stimulus check. And the first example I'm going to show is if Purell decides to consume 60% of it and save 40%. So with the first example, you've got Purell. And so Purell has $1,000. They decide to save $400, and they buy $600 worth of toilet paper to Charmin. Well, Charmin, we're keeping it simple. They also have an MPC of 60%. They take the $600, they save $240 of it, and then they spend $360 to Purell. Purell takes the $360, they save $144, and then spend $216. So it goes back and forth, back and forth. And so ultimately, when you do all the calculations, that $1,000 that the government has given Purell expanded the economy to $2,500. $1,000 became $2,500. Our GDP went up to $2,500. Same example, but let's say that Purell decides to spend 90% of it and only save 10%. So Purell is given $1,000, They spend $900 to buying toilet paper. Charmin saves $90, spends $810 buying Purell. Then they, go back and forth, saving. And so ultimately, that $1,000 has grown to roughly $8,700, almost $9,000. So, if the more people save, the less the money's going to grow. So, does the government want to give Bill Gates the $1,200 stimulus check? Probably not, because Bill Gates is just going to put it in his savings account and it won't grow the economy. They don't want to give it to someone earning $500,000 because that person may spend some of it, but chances are they're going to put it in their savings account. So you want to give money to the people that are going to spend all of it or as much as possible. Pros, it's going to help the economy. Cons, our national debt's going to increase. It's always going to be the con. National debt in 2019 was over $984 billion. So that just gives you an idea. Finally, my recommendations for a podcast will be American Public Media, APM Marketplace. It's a great one. Book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. That's one of Dave and I's favorites. And then movie would be Wolf of Wall Street. Probably a lot of you have watched it. So that's the Money Multiplier. Have a good day.